May I speak? Hello. Hello. All parents are requested to please go and sit in Bhaskara Hall. If there is any parents.
Excited? Okay, eagerly waiting for evaluations? We'll have to wait. First, we have inauguration program. Followed by inauguration program, we will start evaluation. And we have made several announcements, and we are repeating it again and again. You cannot carry your cell phone or any other electronic device with you. No smartwatch, no AirPods. I know that you have successfully qualified 2 levels. That's why you are here. And you are really excited for this national camp. We don't want to get disqualified after all this preparation. If we find cell phone or electronic device with you, either in your pocket or in your bag, we will straight away disqualify you. You can give it to your parents or you can give it to us. Yes, please give it to us and we will return you at 6:30 after all sessions are done. Okay? Be independent, enjoy, don't get involved with the digital world. With अरे parents है नहीं यहाँ पे. If your parents are here, give them. Yes. All parents, please move to. There are 2 neighboring halls. One hall is named as Bhaskara Hall, and another hall is named as Kaumudi Hall. Yes. If your parents are not here around, you can give it to your state coordinators and get it back. You get it back from state coordinators.
State coordinator of Telangana. Is there anybody here? Telangana. You know? Yeah. You can give it. क्या?
11 बजे के बाद.
बच्चों के पास अभी मोबाइल है. They're thinking कि after the inaugural they'll give to parents. We tell them कि यहीं पे एग्जाम शुरू होगा.
हाँ.
कि अभी भी फोटो क्लिक कर रहे थे, हमने उन्हें टोका. कुछ बच्चे पीछे बैठे हुए हैं. They are alone.
हाँ. Maharashtra state coordinator. Your parent has already left. Parent has left.
तिकडे जा तिकडे वरती आहेत तिचं.
हाँ.
State coordinator.
State. See, as announced, student, if you have mobile, either give your mobile to your parent. They are sitting either in Bhaskara Hall or in Kaumudi. If they are not here, you can give your mobile phone to your respective state coordinator. Parents, please go to Bhaskara Hall or Kaumudi. Bhaskara in right hand side, Kaumudi is in left hand side.
Some paper books in the bag with them. Should we take the books?
Books should be taken. Any reading material relevant to the exam, you take it.
All children can deposit their belongings to
state?
their parents in Bhaskara Hall or Kaumudi Hall.
Karnataka state coordinator.
Is the state coordinator, Karnataka state coordinator is there?
You know them, na?
The Andhra Pradesh state coordinator is here. You can, children from Andhra can deposit. Andhra Pradesh state coordinator is here. Andhra Pradesh students, the state coordinators are here. Any other children carry any electronic device?
Student, make sure that you have handed over your mobile, because after inauguration, immediately we are going to start evaluation component. don't have any reading material with you, no electronic devices. If you have reading material, that also you give it to them. You have pen, geometry box, that whatever given in the bag, that is okay, because this kit is okay. रीडिंग मटेरियल कहाँ रखे हुए?
ईवीएम से फाइल।
हाँ नहीं नहीं, ये तो रख सकते हो। हाँ, प्रिपरेशन मटेरियल शुड नॉट बी देयर।
मध्य प्रदेश का ऐसा कोई बच्चा है क्या जिसके पास मोबाइल या स्मार्ट वॉच हो? मध्य प्रदेश से जो भी विद्यार्थी यहाँ आए हुए हैं,
ये तो दे दो।
तो कृपया आप अपने पेरेंट्स को दे दीजिए। अगर नहीं दे पाए हैं कि जिनके पेरेंट्स नहीं आए हैं,
ये नहीं चलेगा।
तो आप स्मार्ट वॉच और मोबाइल ले आके दे सकते हैं, जितने भी मध्य प्रदेश से विद्यार्थी आए हुए हैं। चंडीगढ़ और झारखंड से स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर जो हैं यहाँ पर हैं, तो जिन विद्यार्थियों के पास स्मार्ट वॉच और मोबाइल है तो कृपया ले आके दे सकते हैं। तो यही सभी स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर से आग्रह है कि कृपया सामने की ये जो इस तरफ है 4 लाइनें स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर के लिए है। सभी स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स जो पीछे बैठे हुए हैं, तो कृपया यहाँ पर 4 लाइन पे आप लोग बैठेंगे। और जिन विद्यार्थियों के पास मोबाइल या डिजिटल वॉच है, तो कृपया अपने अपने स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर को आके दे सकते हैं। और बच्चे जो पहली 4 लाइन में है इस तरफ, मेरी दाहिनी तरफ, तो कृपया आप 4 रो के बाद बैठिए, पीछे आ रहे हैं। आप प्लीज बैठिए ना। 4 रो छोड़ के बच्चे पीछे बैठेंगे, ये तो बगल में बैठ जाएं। ये जो आरक्षित किया गया स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर के लिए है, क्योंकि अगर किसी विद्यार्थी के पास कोई रीडिंग मटेरियल या मोबाइल फोन्स या डिजिटल वॉच या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस कोई भी है, तो अपने स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर को दे सकता है। उड़ीसा स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर कौन है? उड़ीसा, ओके। जम्मू कश्मीर के स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर कौन है इधर पर? जम्मू कश्मीर का स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर सभी बच्चों से आग्रह है कि जिनके पास मोबाइल फोन या डिजिटल वॉच या कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस अगर आपके पास है, तो आप अपने पेरेंट्स को दीजिए, या फिर राइट हैंड पे जो है सारे स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स हैं, तो आप अपने स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स को दे सकते हैं। कोई भी रीडिंग मटेरियल अपने आप पास नहीं रखना है, कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस नहीं रहेगा आपके पास, ना ही मोबाइल रहेगा। अगर ये है तो आप अपने स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर को दे दीजिए। हाँ, वो बोल दिया। सारे स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स इधर बैठे हुए हैं। All state coordinators requested, please sit right side 4 rows. All state coordinators are requested.
State coordinators are requested to take the first 4 rows on the right. All state coordinators, all students to deposit their electronic gadgets, mobiles, calculators to their state coordinators sitting on my right. Anything which is there in the bag as a study material, keep it with you. Absolutely no problem with that. Whatever is given in the bag, the kit that we have provided, you can keep it with you. Absolutely no problem with that. Is that clear to all? If you have any query, you can raise your hand. Any problem, any query, you can raise your hand from your seat. Yes, you have a problem, child? You raised your hand? Fine, thank you. Goa state coordinator is here. Children from state Goa can come and hand over the belongings. I hope no parents are sitting here. Only students participating in the national camp for VVM to be seated here. The state coordinators to be seated on the right. All volunteers and other people to stay. Anyone not related to the camp may please go and sit in the 2 halls provided outside. The Comedy and the Bhaskaras. The hall Bhaskara is full. The Comedy is still there to accommodate. You can go to Comedy. State coordinator from Andaman. Any state coordinator from Andaman Nicobars? State coordinator from Tamil Nadu. State coordinator from Arunachal Pradesh. MP state coordinator. Goa state coordinator. Who is Vedant from Goa? Vedant. Please pick up the bottle. State coordinators, please check the message given in the WhatsApp by Madam Mayuri. Network is not there. Ma'am, I'll announce the... Please listen carefully. I'm calling out certain names and you're supposed to meet Madam Mayuri right in front of the dais. Vishnu, Shaimla, Vipin Ansh, Arvind Garg, Suchitra ma'am, Rajina ma'am, Abhagya, Ahmad Ali, Subhas Patil, Ashok Kumar Jharkhand, Lokesh ji Gopal ji, Shabit, Kerala. So please come and meet Mayuri ma'am right in front of the dais.
Some of them they are in registration desk, so they are not able to listen to us. So obviously that is important. वो छोड़ दो आप, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
State coordinators, if you know the names called out, I think so they are outside. You can, yeah.
ACM members to please move to the back side. आप सबसे निवेदन है कि बच्चों को पहले आगे आने दीजिए एंड स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स से निवेदन है कि आप लोग ज़रा पीछे चले जाइए. If there's enough space, yes, we all can sit here. Yeah, please. And सारे पेरेंट्स से निवेदन है कि अगर आप अभी भी यहाँ हैं तो प्लीज़ आप साइड वाले हॉल में चले जाइए. First two rows should be empty, please. First row, keep it empty, please. There are some who have to come up. There are some who are, we are calling out the names of some of the state coordinators who will be coming on to the dais so they can sit in the front. ये जो नाम तुम बुला रहे हो वो सारे फ्रंट में बैठेंगे. हाँ. विष्णु जी.
Students, we are repeating again, you must not carry mobile phones. Students, you must not carry mobile phones. No smart watches. Dr. Pramod, State Coordinator, Dr. Pramod. State Coordinator from Bihar, Dr. Pramod.
ये नाम बोल दीजिए ना. इन सबको आगे बैठना है. विष्णु जी from Kerala.
Vishnu ji from Kerala, State Coordinator Vishnu ji from Kerala.
Absurdly low salary for someone with impeccable qualifications and glowing testimonials.
Gopal ji from Tamil Nadu. Gopal ji from Tamil Nadu. You are requested to come ahead, please.
The nationalist scientist
Ahmad Ali sir from
restless with raging desires to see India as Akhand Bharat. On his return to India from the University of Edinburgh, Dr. Ray was appointed temporary assistant professor in the Provincial Education Service on an absurdly low salary for someone with impeccable qualifications and glowing testimonials. Furious with the injustice met out to him, he approached the higher authorities in Darjeeling. Praful Chandra's vociferous complaint infuriated the British officer A.W. Croft.
Enhanced pay packet. My foot! That is reserved exclusively for Europeans of the Imperial Service, not a provincial one. How can you, lowly Indian, dare to aspire for those elite privileges? Mr. Ray?
Dr. Ray.
Okay. Dr. Ray, let me tell you, there are other walks of life open to you. Nobody's compelling you to take this official appointment. Remember that.
I protest. And protest I will. This is a disgusting case of utter racial discrimination, I say.
Despite the humiliation, Dr. Ray accepted the job mainly because of his ardent passion for teaching and research. Soon, he transformed the University College of Sciences into a center of excellence, conducting invaluable original experiments. He reported the first ever synthesis of a previously unknown compound of mercurous nitrite. This momentous series of work led to the formation of the first research school of modern chemistry in India.
आचार्य जी, क्या आप हमें अपना मर्क्यूरस नाइट्रेट वाला एक्सपेरिमेंट दिखा सकते हैं? चलो चलते शायद आज एक्सपेरिमेंट देखने को मिल ही जाए.
Sure. You want to see?
हाँ जी. जी सर.
Okay, but you must take utmost care as both are very unstable elements.
जी आचार्य जी.
And can explode devastatedly.
Okay.
Dhadam! Be careful, okay? Tomorrow 2:30 p.m. Don't be late. Okay? Good. Ancient India had highly sophisticated industries thriving in various fields: silk, cotton, chemistry, Ayurved medicines, and so on, before the colonial rulers arrived and deliberately destroyed our native indigenous manufacturing capabilities to promote their own industrial revolution and fund the war games of power.
In the charged political atmosphere of the times, Dr. P.C. Ray tasked himself to reviving the local economy, toiled hard to establish Swadeshi industrial ventures. While at the same time, Dr. Ray understood the importance of integrating our ancient alchemy with modern science and technology.
I travelled all across our Bharat, right from Srinagar to Madras, Dhaka to Dwarka, searching for Sanskrit treatises. Rasa Prakash Sudhakar, Rasendra Chintamani, Rasarnav, and many more. This led to Rasa Shastra, Indian chemistry gaining recognition all over the world. See, I had taken it as my life's mission to disprove the existing misconception that ancient Indian science is based only on myths and no proofs whatsoever. And here it is. The resulting book speaks for itself. Hindu chemistry had waited long and patiently for an interpreter. I thought I owed a debt to a country, to a great nation, and restored the glory, the honor of our hoary knowledge traditions, which continues to get suppressed by Maculay's shameful policies. Look here, my friends. Can you see? 2000 years ago, you heard me right, 2000 years ago, we Indians used to prepare such fine chemicals like this makaradwaj, which is sublimated mercuric sulfide. This at a time when the ancestors of our friend over here were eating raw berries and wearing rawhides.
Look at him. ऐसा गुस्सा हो जा रहा है. Shaking his head.
I implore you, my young friends, to take this pursuit forward. And I hope that you will justify with your work that you are worthy successors of our glorious forefathers in the world of learning.
Yes, sir.
Right?
The young English professor returned to become a staunch follower of Acharya Praful Chandra Ray.
देखना दोस्तों, सही मात्रा में भरना.
बम बनाना कोई आसान काम नहीं.
संभल के भाइयों, मर्क्यूरस नाइट्रेट जानलेवा होता है, याद है ना?
हमारे ब्रिटिश भाइयों के लिए मिष्टी रसगुल्ला धड़ाम.
इतनी जोर से मत बोलो, किसी को कानो कान खबर नहीं होनी चाहिए.
लगता है सुबह होने लगी.
हाँ, चलो जल्दी चलते.
सर काम हो गया।
हाँ देखिए, माफी चाहते हैं आचार्य जी, कल हम कॉलेज नहीं आ पाएंगे।
Science can afford to wait. Swaraj cannot. Now hurry. Quietly. Vande Mataram.
वंदे मातरम।
Acharya P.C. Ray vehemently criticized the British for their underestimation of our nationalist fervour.
There are occasions which demand that I should leave my laboratory test tubes and attend to the call of the country to unshackle the colonial yoke.
Acharya P.C. Ray passed away on the fateful evening of 16th June 1944. Unfortunately, he was not to witness the historic event of India gaining independence in 1947.
come and take it. Parents sitting in the other two halls. नव्या अग्निहोत्री का सर्टिफिकेट्स मेरे पास हैं. बच्चों ये आपका पहला लेसन है. To be very very responsible for your own things. तो छोटी छोटी चीजें कभी कभी खो भी जानी चाहिए. एक और बच्चा है राघव आकाश. राघव आकाश, your certificates are here with me. Parents of Raghav Akash, if you're listening to me in the other two halls. Raghav Akash. आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है ये नेशनल लेवल कैंप 2023 में. हम सिर्फ 2-3 मिनट और इंतज़ार करेंगे क्योंकि शायद अभी तक बच्चों का रजिस्ट्रेशन चल रहा है बाहर.
India, Bharat, the great country that has contributed in the field of science and technology for uncountable years and is still contributing vitally with all its brilliance. Since independence, scientists across India have tried to establish cutting-edge science and technology infrastructure in the country to create a revolution. Swadeshi Science Movement. India, Bharat, the great country that has contributed in the field of science and technology for uncountable years and is still contributing vitally with all its brilliance. Since independence, scientists across India have tried to establish cutting-edge science and technology infrastructure in the country to create a revolution. Swadeshi Science Movement.
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते.
The shloka means the personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance. Vigyan Bharati, reputed with the name Vibha, has its ethos based on this shloka from the ancient Upanishada. A big dream of creating Bharat that can take its glorious past ahead by igniting the minds with a harmonious synthesis of physical and spiritual sciences is being brought into existence by Vibha. The time has come for all Bharatiyas around the world to embark on Vibha's journey of his science movement with Swadeshi spirit. Swadeshi Science Movement's journey started in 1982 at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore by Professor K.I. Vasu.
The turning point in the history of Swadeshi Science Movement was in 1991 in Nagpur, which was the largest gathering of nationalist scientists, when we decided that the national organization will be called Vigyan Bharati, Swadeshi Science Movement of Bharat.
The way we looked at science in a very holistic way, in a very integrative way, in a way of really, which really brings out the very fundamental issues of the nature of reality and look at the current problems of the nation. And that's how Vigyan Bharati movement really started in the Institute of Science and then spread across.
With the continuous and remarkable efforts taken in past 25 years, Vibha has made a prominent mark on the world map. Vibha's sincere efforts and achievements have been recognized and awarded worldwide. Vibha received a national award for its remarkable contribution in the field of science and technology. Vibha holds a place in Guinness Book World Records for conducting largest practical science lessons successfully. Giving Back UBM Award received for Most Impactful Project of the Year in India. Honorable Mention Award and Popular Choice Award won by Vibha in Crowds Climate Conference 2015. Vibha hopes this feat would trigger rising tides that would energize the youth of India towards greater scientific achievements.
Vigyan Bharati is an organization which has been doing so much for improvement of science and for the scientific professionals in this country selflessly, without any agenda. Their only agenda is national agenda. They are like guides for us. We organized the India International Science Festival at IIT in collaboration with Vigyan Bharati. For the first time in the country, there was a participation of 10,000 scientists, young and old. It was because of their involvement here that we got our name registered in the Guinness Book of World Record, where 2,000 students, they did that experiment together, and we broke the world record of the Irish students.
In 2017, Vibha took a step forward and signed up MOU with 3 prestigious organizations to make a remarkable impact in the society. These associations will prove to be turning point in this great Swadeshi science movement.
Today we are living in an era of technological innovation, and it's important that we imbibe a culture of technological innovations in our activities, both for purpose of creation of new technological innovations, but also for improvements in the current technology. This requires several stakeholders to work together to evolve Indian society as a society advanced in technological innovation is also an important aspect of activities of Vijnana Bharati.
Vigyana Bharati spearhead the movement for Swadeshi sciences and technologies such as Ayurveda, organic agriculture, Vastuvidya, forestry, environment, and engineering. Every task planned and undertaken by Vibha is focused towards its prime objectives.
The 3 major objectives of this movement are popularization and propagation of Indian contributions to the world of science. Science and spirituality should go in hand. The Swadeshi sciences which were sprouted and grown in this motherland should be imparted to the entire humanity without losing its identity.
Today, Vibha has emerged as the largest Swadeshi movement in the country, focusing on Swadeshi spirit and interlinking traditional and modern sciences on one hand, and at the same time, natural and spiritual sciences on the other hand.
There are 2 dimensions to Swadeshi science movement in my view. India has been a storehouse of a lot of scientific development in past. It's important that we understand these developments in the context of modern scientific rigor and leverage that knowledge for the benefit of the society. The other dimension is to be able to do science to meet the needs of our society in a manner that we are able to address specific Indian problems.
Vibha today effectively runs few national level programs to fulfill its objectives. These programs have made mark in Indian society. Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan, an initiative of Vibha in joint collaboration with Vigyan Prasar, Department of Science and Technology, and NCERT, Ministry of HRD. A national program for educating and popularizing science among school and college students and aims to nurture young minds. Bharatiya Vigyan Sammelan is a flagship program with a cluster of scientists, artisans, technocrats, traditional innovators, students and commoners.
विज्ञान भारती ने ऐसे वैज्ञानिक जो भारतीय भाषाओं में विज्ञान विकसित करना चाहते हैं उनके लिए एक मंच दिया है, विकसित करने का प्रयास हम कर रहे हैं ताकि अधिक लोग इस दिशा में आगे बढ़े।
Vishwa Veda Vigyan Sammelan, an initiative in bringing together Vedic sciences and modern sciences to understand the nature of reality in a better way and for the benefit of whole creation. India International Science Festival. The series of India International Science Festival is an integral part of India's long-term vision in developing and widening the spectrum of scientific temper in India and abroad. It's a platform to showcase India's contribution in the field of science and technology, motivate the young scientists to find solutions to the burning issues of our society. To transform society, Vibha has created 8 initiatives like Wisdom Circles for Bharat's inner development. The aura of this movement makes it Swadeshi to the core. Igniting Minds, an online video interactive project where eminent scientists and technocrats share their expertise and experience to inspire and guide our students in the right direction. Tech for Seva, an integrated platform that aims to solve complex social problems through innovative use of technology. It is the facilitator for social change in 4 major areas like health, education, environment, and livelihood. This initiative resulted in quality education, reduced drudgery, enhanced income, and better quality of life. World Ocean Science Congress. Vibha flagship programs on ocean sector. This program has immense potential to resolve overlapping contemporary issues and problems, most of which need holistic interventions. Technical Education Augmentation Mission. The aggregate innovations in technical teaching learning techniques with the quantification of their effectiveness in imparting education. This mission aims to create a connect between students, faculties, society and industry. Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats. An autonomous platform created by Vidyarthi to link global Indians with the underprivileged 40 crore masses in the country, mostly residing in more than 3 lakh villages. Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats was officially launched by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to bring back the glory of bright and shining Bharat. Vibha has conceived Learn in India in line with our Prime Minister's ambitious Make in India proposal to generate more revenue for the country.
We send a lot of people to study across the world, but can those students or even the students from the advanced countries come to India for learning? So we have created a movement called Learn in India.
Science India. An alarmingly decreasing number of students opting for diverse science streams as a career made Vibha to take an initiative with NCSTC to give the right direction and guidance to Indian students through a virtual science portal. Science India Forum, formed with the vision to foster scientific excellence by capitalizing on the scientific and technological synergy of India and the Middle East. Science India Forum is successfully organizing Sastra Pratibha contest and other activities since 2004 for students on regular basis. Industries, innovators, entrepreneurs, facilitators and academia. A unique initiative to create a connect between students, faculties, society and industry. Vibha has multiple independent entities working in direction to manifest the better tomorrow. Shakti. Vibha admires women power. With the great desire and determination for using women force of India, Vibha created an association Shakti for social empowerment of women based on Indian culture and to uphold the sanctity of Indian womanhood. World Ayurveda Foundation. Patronized by 46 countries across the globe, it's a platform for all the stakeholders in the Ayurvedic fraternity to collaborate, share and propagate Ayurveda around the globe. World Ayurveda Foundation aims to support research, healthcare programs, clinics and sanatorium, documentation, organizing seminars, exhibitions. World Ayurveda Foundation organizing World Ayurveda Congress since 2002 and so far touched over millions of people. World Ayurveda Foundation is a platform to take Ayurveda to the world for all its benefits to mankind. National Ayurveda Student and Youth Association, NASYA. NASYA was formed with the vision of bringing students and youths of Ayurveda together and motivating them to do research, practice and propagate Ayurveda. International Institute of Waste Management, IIWM, is a not-for-profit organization, was established in India as a Ministry of Science and Technology project at Bhopal in the year 2009. Today, IIWM is affiliated to and supported by the Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, Ministry of Science and Technology. IIWM works with the vision to minimize waste generation, to optimize waste reuse and recycling potential, to maximize conservation of materials and energy resources, to minimize pollution, health hazards and environmental distress, and to be technologically sound, socially compatible and financially affordable. IIWM has several flagship projects which are being executed across the country. Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan Foundation. to facilitate and promote skilled activities across the country by governmental and non-governmental organizations, a not-for-profit company named Vidyarthi Vigyan Abhyudaya Foundation by Vigyan Bharati. National Environment and Energy Development Mission. National Environment and Energy Development Mission was formed with an objective of foster innovation of technologies, finding sustainable solutions on energy, and bringing together technologists, policymakers, commercial organizations, and entrepreneurs to facilitate its implementation. Today, Vibha is the largest scientific movement in the nation.
Vigyan Bharati will be directly connecting and contributing to lakhs of farmers, thousands of artisans, 7 crore tribal population, nearly 5 to 6 crore differently abled people, and lakhs of coastal population. Finally, crores of young school and college students through different projects and programs and institutions.
With 34 units all over the country and 6 units overseas, working in 11 different areas through autonomous institutions, independent organizations as project entities, Vibha is now ready for a new leap.
Vigyan Bharati has really become an instrument of for developing the scientific temper for our country. And this I'm really very proud of this one.
Vibha visualizes Bharat to be a nation with the exuberance of youth by the year 2025. Power of science, Ayurveda, inclusiveness, empowerment and spiritual awakening. By a revolutionary Swadeshi movement, Vibha shall lift the spirit of this aspiring Bharat.
टीम की तरफ से विद्यार्थी विज्ञान मंथन के 22-23 के नेशनल लेवल कैंप में आप सबका स्वागत करती हूँ। और अब हम ज़्यादा विलम्ब किए बगैर अपने डिग्निटरीज़ को ऑन द डायस बुलाएंगे। मैं निवेदन करती हूँ हमारे नेशनल कन्वीनर जनरल डॉक्टर अरविंद जी रानाडे, आप प्लीज़ डिग्निटरीज़ को अपने साथ ऊपर लाएं। डिग्निटरीज़ में हमारे साथ में आज हैं डॉक्टर मूर्ति, हु इज़ द डायरेक्टर ऑफ आइसर। देन वी हैव डॉक्टर जोसेफ इमैनुअल, who is the director, the most important board for you people, CBSC. We have with us Dr. Chandrabhas Narayan, director of Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology. We also have with us Dr. C. Anantaramakrishnan, director of the NIIST. So please welcome, I welcome all of you to please come on to this dais. And also we have with us Vivekanand Pai ji. We have Prashant Kodgire ji. And we have Dr. Brajesh Pandey ji. Arvind ji, aap... Okay. Dr. Murlidhar is also with us. We are very pleased to have him. Arvind ji, I request you to please bring them on the dais. थैंक यू अरविंद जी। इसके साथ हम आज का प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करते हैं और स्टार्ट करने से पहले हमारी जो ट्रेडिशन है, आज हम लाइटिंग ऑफ द लैम्प, उसका एक सिग्निफिकेंस ये है बच्चों कि आप सबको पहले तो बहुत बहुत बधाई हो कि आप लोग स्टेट लेवल कैंप कंप्लीट करके यहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं। प्लीज़ क्लैप फॉर योरसेल्फ। आपकी साइंटिफिक जर्नी का एक पड़ाव पूरा हुआ। अब इसके आगे आपका बहुत बहुत ब्राइट फ्यूचर रहे, उसके लिए लेट्स लाइट द लैम्प। सो आई वुड इनवाइट द डिग्निटरीज एंड डॉक्टर अरविंद जी to come onto the dais and light the lamp, and with me I have two state coordinators with me, Dr. Kamla and Dr. Jyoti, who are helping me, and I also invite one of our students, Swarnika, to please come onto the stage and sing the praise for our goddess Saraswati to give us knowledge and wisdom.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषार हारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दितां सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। शुक्लां ब्रह्मचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीमभयदां जाड्याधकारापहा। हस्ते स्वाटिकमालिकां विदधति परमासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरी भगवती बुद्धिप्रदां शारदां भक्तिप्रदां शारदां सन्मतिप्रदां शारदाम्
थैंक यू स्वर्णिमा फॉर दिस ब्यूटीफुल डिवोशनल सॉन्ग। यहाँ से अब हम आगे का कार्यक्रम स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे पहले मैं डिग्निटरीज का वेलकम करना चाहूँगी विथ फ्लावर्स, एंड जो वेलकम करने आ रहे हैं वो हमारे स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स हैं। लेट मी टेल यू, स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स की मेहनत के बगैर आप लोग यहाँ नहीं होते, और ना ही वीवीएम का जो इतना सक्सेसफुल इवेंट्स रहे हैं वो पॉसिबल होते। तो एक तरीके से हम स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं उनकी मेहनत के लिए, एंड थोड़ा सा हम ये भी चाहते हैं कि हमारे डिग्निटरीज़ भी उनको जानें। तो मैं एक एक करके कुछ स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स को यहाँ पे इनवाइट करना चाहूँगी कि वो फूल देकर हमारे डिग्निटरीज़ को यहाँ पे वेलकम करें। आई एम सॉरी कि हम सबको नहीं बुला पाएंगे, लेकिन हम सब के शुभकामनाएँ और हम सब का थैंक्स आप सबके साथ में है। तो लेट मी फर्स्ट कॉल सुधाकर जी, जो हमारे एंगेजमेंट कमेटी के मेंबर हैं, बहुत ही इंटीग्रल पार्ट हैं वीवीएम के। सुधाकर जी, आई थिंक एज यूजुअल ही मस्ट बी बिजी। सुधाकर जी, I request you to please welcome Dr. Murthy ji with a flower. Sudhakar ji himself is a scientist at CSIR lab. Thank you, Sudhakar ji. After this, I invite Dr. Mayuri ma'am, our co-convener of VVM. Mayuri ma'am is again busy somewhere. Kaustubh, who is our co-convener as well, to please welcome Dr. Emmanuel. No, okay. Then I would like to invite Mr. Arvind Garg, please welcome Dr. Anant Ramakrishnan, because I can't see Emmanuel ji. सुभाष पाटिल जी महाराष्ट्र के स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, बहुत ही मेहनती इंसान, बहुत ही ज़्यादा सिंसियर हैं। आई रिक्वेस्ट हिम टू प्लीज़ वेलकम, प्लीज़ वेलकम डॉक्टर नारायण जी। Next, I would like to invite, we do not have Regina ma'am here. Do we have Regina ma'am here? Arvind Garg ji, National Co-Coordinator. Please welcome Vivekanand ji. We have with us Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, the Director of CBSE with us. Arvind Garg ji is welcoming Vivekanand ji. I request Dr. Mayuri ma'am, our National Co-Coordinator, to please come on dais and welcome Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, the Director of CBSE. Next, I request Mr. Vipin, the State Coordinator of Bihar, to please come on to the dais and welcome Dr. Prashant Kodgire. Prashant Kodgire ji is our national convener of Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. Ms. Shyamla ji from Tamil Nadu, can you please come? Shyamla ji. Yeah, I request her to please welcome Dr. Brajesh Pandey. He is the controller of exam for VVM. I would again request Dr. Mayuri ma'am to please come on the dais and welcome Muralidharan ji. He is the state president of Kerala. Thank you all. Again, we will have one more round of welcoming, and this time we have a very unique book with us to present to all our dignitaries. So I would again invite some of our state coordinators to please come on the dais. And we also have a very important and very, very dedicated person with us. So I request him to come onto the stage and please gift this book to Dr. Murthy. I request Mr. Abgaji to come onto the stage. Without him, we wouldn't be having this. Okay. Abgaji is not here, so I'm inviting Ahmed Ali ji from Leh Ladakh. He is the state coordinator from Leh Ladakh and he has done really tremendous hard work to bring the students here. Please welcome Dr. Murthy ji. Thank you. Then I have with me Dr. Sucharita from West Bengal. I request you to please welcome Dr. Anant Ramakrishnan. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Ashok Kumar from Jharkhand. I request him to welcome Dr. Joseph Emmanuel. Next we have is Miss Rajeshwari Pandey. And for the first time we are having somebody from Andaman Nicobar Islands. Please welcome Dr. C. Anant Ramakrishnan. Dr. Chandrabhas Narayan. I would like to invite Dr. Kamla to please welcome Vivekanand ji and Dr. Jyoti to please welcome Prashant Kodgire ji. I would also like to request Dr. Mayuri to please come and welcome Dr. Muralidharan. Thank you all, and thanks a lot to all the dignitaries here. And I would now like to invite them one by one to enlighten us with a few words. So first, I would like to invite Dr. Jarugu Murthy ji, in whose campus we are sitting right now. So Dr. Murthy ji is the director of IISER Trivandrum, where we are sitting right now, and he is on deputation from IIT Kanpur since 2019. He is in organic chemistry, and his special interests lie in organic photochemistry and supramolecules. He has been awarded many prestigious awards like Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award, J.C. Bose National Fellowship, and he has been elected as a Fellow of Indian Academy of Sciences by Bangalore and New Delhi. He also is a Fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry and recipient of bronze and silver medals for Chemical Research Society of India. So I would like to welcome Dr. Murthy. Please grace us with a few words.
Thank you very much, madam, for your kind words. I'm in a really different state of mind. Very rarely we get to see the students in this age group of maybe about 13 to 14 to about 17, 18. Right? Similar, even lower. And I'm sure all of you know there is an institution for higher education, right? We deal with students after 10+2, all the way up to PhD. Then you have basically Bachelor of Sciences, Master of Sciences, PhD that spans about 5 years, and then postdoctoral subsequently. So we have students basically getting started at the age of 18 and going up to 32, 33, 34. So here, for the first time, all below 17, 18, young birds, my lovely children, I'm really enthralled to have you all on our campus. I really wish to congratulate you for making it to this national campus. And I think there is a big feat, I must say. I've been told only from every state about top few are chosen to make it to the camp here, which means it's a big achievement on your part. And my hearty congratulations. And of course, the proud parents, you are I'm sure they're all there everywhere. You are the prime reason why the children are here. And you are here, and I must congratulate you for the success, because you form the backbone for these children. Of course, on behalf of the IISER TVM campus community and that of my own, I extend a warm welcome to you children and your parents. I'm humbled by the presence of quite a few accomplished persons and the persons that are kind of involved in dedication to sort of, this service, and the dignitaries on the dais. And of course, my fellow directors of educational institutions, but in particular, Professor Chandrabas Narayanan. In fact, he has been my longtime friend. We studied together, we did our research together in the Indian Institute of Science. He's been my longtime friend. Of course, my younger colleague, Professor Ananda Ramakrishnan, who took office as the director of National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, NIST, the very popular institution in Kerala. And he took over as the director a few months back. I'm pleased to have with us the director of CBSE. We all keep hearing about it, and that is the fundamental education with which we all have come up. We welcome you to our campus, sir. Vibha, Vigyana Bharati and Vigyan Prasad, the prime movers of these organizations, the fellow gentlemen on the dais, I welcome you all. With that said, well, children, the reason that you are here is for science, in quest of science, to upgrade and to enhance your understanding of science, or get introduced to science. I think you are young birds. I think upgradation comes much later. You're in a science institution, one of the only 7 elite institutions in the name of ISIS. And fortunately, one is located in this God-blessed location. We have been endeavoring to make this institution something which has no equivalent in the country. That said, right, I have to speak for science. I have to arouse some interest in you guys, the young birds. It's for everything. It's the science, the prime reason. Your age is very too small to appreciate what science has done because you were born only about 14 or 15 years back. And to sort of get a feeling for what science has done to us, right, as you grew up, right, 15 years back or 10 years back, in fact, even to have a cell phone, to make a video call in a manner that you see other person with a high clarity, meant that you had to spend a lot of money for the cell phones. So I can tell you in about 2003, 2004, our salaries were only about 15,000, 16,000. And if I wanted to have a cell phone with a 1.2 megapixels, and I went to Singapore and I spent about 15,000 rupees, almost equivalent to my salary, 1 month's salary. And the cell phone had only 1.2 megapixels. Now, forget about it. 12 or 18 megapixels you get for about 10,000 rupees, right? And as you grew up, you would have seen people running to basically shops for charging, charge for 50 rupees or 100 rupees. Basically, the call time would run out. But today, no, we don't worry about it. This is what science has done. Of course, technology comes later, right? Science is fundamental for everything. You have calamities, national calamities, start off, or Medicare, healthcare, for example. And we have just been through, not over yet, the pandemic. Who had to produce basically the vaccines for us? It is through science. Science forms the foundation. It's indispensable. Just to appreciate what science can do. Of course, it is with scientific innovations that form the foundations. Technology comes into picture, bringing engineering designs, then you make a product. The product is the one that goes out to the society. The society is not happy, demands better quality, then come back to again science, then innovate better and better, and go through this pipeline of technology, bringing in engineering designs, and improve your product. And this is the cycle basically which has made our life highly sophisticated and continues to make our life sophisticated. And that is science for you. Given that, I think I must tell you, the future of our humankind is on your shoulders. It's you who have to basically kind of push the frontier of human well-being. There's no doubt. And presently, the humankind is faced with n number of challenges. And we all talk about climate change. We talk about, when you talk about the Medicare, the antibiotic resistance. For example, the cancer. N number of issues. And the major issue, is what? I think you're going to spend 2 days. The major issue is we are basically replenishing the resources in Mother Earth. They're fast getting depleted in our quest for better and better life. How do we sustain our better life? Sustainability is a big challenge. And the humankind needs innovations. The innovations must come from science, right? I'm sure it's only the science that is a solution for the humankind. The organizers of Vibha and of course Vigyan Prasad have plenty on platter for you to kindle that interest in you, to arouse that excitement in you, and I'm sure in the next 2 days you will have a feast of this science and scientific experiments. I'm very sure, and I wish you all, the children, unforgettable and highly memorable experience from this beautiful campus. That said, for the parents, I think while the children engage themselves in the scientific equipments and the examination to declare the final winners, while that happens, I think you can wander around in the campus. As I said, it's a beautiful campus in a God-blessed land. at the west, at the feet of Western Ghats. You know, I have in our administration quite a few committed scientists, engineers, and the staff members with whom we have been basically, there's a new campus, right? The institute moved into this campus only in 2018. And I took office in 2019. So we have been in this basically effort of making this institution, as I said, as we go along, #1 in the country. So to the parents, please wander around, enjoy. I think the climate is a bit humid, but that's okay. I think mornings and evenings are very pleasant. Go around the laboratories. I think we have state-of-the-art equipment and infrastructure in the campus. Witness the science that is being pursued. While you do that, my sincere request is, we are targeting to become the #1 institution for science. The campus is beautiful, the infrastructure is great, and we have 100+ scientists who are really trying to push the boundaries. What you witness, get into your public media and make our institution known to the people. That's my sincere request. I'm sure you will enjoy the campus and wish you all a great time on IISER TVM campus. And of course, the program, a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Murthy ji, for this wonderful talk that you have given us, and also for letting us have our NLC here. So next we have with us is the National Secretary of Vigyan Bharati, Mr. Vivekanand Pai ji, who is basically an architect, and not just by profession, but also what he has done to Vigyan Bharati for us. So welcome, I would like to welcome Vivekanand ji to let us know a little bit about Vibha.
Respected Director Academic of Central Board of Secondary Education, Dr. Joseph Emmanuel sir, Dr. J.N. Murthy, Director of Indian Institute of Science Education Research, Thiruvananthapuram, who is hosting us, kind enough to host us, Dr. Ananda Ramakrishnan, Director CSIR NIST in Thiruvananthapuram, Dr. Chandrabhas Narayana ji, Director, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology in Thiruvananthapuram, Dr. Prashant Kodgiri ji, Dr. Brajesh Pandey ji, Dr. K. Muralidharan, President Swadeshi Science Movement, which is the Kerala unit of Vigyan Bharati. And we have many other dignitaries here, faculties from NIST, from IISER itself, our Karyakartas from different places, coordinators, the future generation of the science and technology scenario in this country, some of the brightest minds in this country who are going to lead the science and technology scenario of our nation, parents and friends. I'll start with one small question to all our young colleagues. Who is the Indian physicist who won a Nobel Prize? Can somebody answer? Okay, I'm so glad, and I knew this will be coming. So we had a small experience. One of our yatras was having a function in one of the most prestigious engineering colleges in South India. There is an entrance test and everything, and the final year BTech students, one of our speaker was addressing, and he asked the same question to them: who is the Indian physicist who won a Nobel Prize? Not a single student can answer, unfortunately. It is not a mistake of those students. It points to our ecosystem of education, because it points to the kind of ignorance about the capabilities, achievements and excellence of Indian science and technology ecosystem since the ages, we say from the time of Kanada to Kalam. So even today, it is one of the more unbroken chain of excellence in science and technology. Why can we say that? There is one person, economist, Angus Madison. You can Google and see. He was asked to prepare a report about the global economy. And from Common Era 1 to Common Era 2000, he studied all the countries in the planet, and he prepared a report. And we can see from that report that Indian economy was contributing about 20 to 30% of the global economy, 20 to 30%, almost 1/3 of the global economy, from Common Era 1 to almost middle of the 18th century. Can you imagine? Today we are struggling with below 4%, our contribution to the global economy. It is not possible to have that kind of a dominance in the global economy without a constant process of innovation, capabilities in science and technology. Obviously, that was the reason why Indian science and technology was, Indian economy was so far ahead for almost 18 centuries. And the situation changed after the British came. And I think many of you have seen the movie on Prafulla Chandra Rai. Vidyarthi has been running a campaign on that in contribution of Indian scientists and technocrats in the field of struggle for Swatantrata. So, how this situation came about? Our founder, you must have seen him in the movie on Vibha, Professor K.A. Vasu, who again was a faculty in Indian Institute of Science. In the 80s, there was a program in Indian Institute of Science to, along with, he was a faculty and they had an opportunity to learn a foreign language. You can learn Greek, learn German, Japanese, like that. But he heard about how there were a lot of texts, lot of treasure in science and technology in Sanskrit. So he asked the IASC authorities whether instead of going for a foreign language, can I learn Sanskrit so that I will be able to go into these texts. But that possibility was not there then, and I don't think it is still there. And one of the reasons why we have this Atma Vismriti, self-forgetfulness about Indian contributions to science, is the linguistic barrier, because Sanskrit was one of the carriers. It was actually Sanskrit, when we look, all the Indic languages, language is a great science. And now there are so many studies which show how Indian languages have so much of commonality. Unfortunately, we are looking at the division of languages, but that is not true. There are a lot of studies about the commonalities of languages, and Sanskrit played a key role. And unfortunately, our scientific heritage is in Sanskrit, and we are far removed from it. I am today talking to you in a language which is native to 6,000 kilometers away people. There are people from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, which is much more closer than the 6,000 kilometers. But we are not able to communicate in a common language. Why it is important, I will come to that. So that is when Professor K.A. Vasu got in touch into somebody, and he went into these texts, and he found that there is so much of heritage in Indian science which is alien to our educational system. So he wanted to start something called the Swadeshi Science Movement of India. What is Swadeshi science? Science is universal. At the same time, it has uniqueness based on where it is originated. Today we are celebrating International Yoga Day. We know yoga is today finding acceptance across the globe. But at the same time, yoga, we cannot rule out that it has originated in India. It has very unique imprints of India. Like that, Ayurveda. Like that, every science, it has some imprints of where it has originated from. And that is what we call the Swadeshi Science Movement. And Vigyan Bharati is the organization for the Swadeshi Science Movement of India. And Professor K.A. Vasu came out with this thought about Indian heritage in science. Then it germinated in IASC. Then it took its initial these things in Kerala. Then it became a nationwide movement, and today it has an international imprint. Today we have 8 students coming from Qatar. There are similar examinations happening in all the Middle East countries. We have something called the Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats Forum, which has presence in US, UK, Germany, other than some of the Middle Eastern countries. So the Indian science is going, we are presenting Vigyan Bharati across the globe. And Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan is a flagship program of that. I will just mention about the importance of language also and then conclude. There is one study by Sankrant Sanu. He was the team leader of Microsoft in US. After 3 years of communication, one of his teams was working in Haifa. He thought, I will just go and meet them. He went there. It was working in Haifa University. He went there and he was so surprised that they were doing all the coding and everything in Hebrew. Hebrew was a language, it was almost non-existent in 1948 when Israel became a country. Then they revived it and they are doing everything, all their sciences in Hebrew. And whenever it has to go to some other country, they just translate. And he took a study of the population and the Nobel Prize winners. And he could find that Israel, Germany, Japan, today China, their science and education is basically in their language. So there is a connect. There are so many studies today. There is a connect between our capability to think originally and the language in which our science is doing. So that is why it is important, and the new national education policy has taken up this thing to teach science and teach up to a particular stage in our mother tongue, because that helps us to think originally. And that is probably one of the reasons. In 1930 you answered that C.V. Raman got the Nobel Prize. There are two other important points regarding that. He is the first Asian to get a Nobel Prize in science, and he is the first non-white person to get a Nobel Prize in science. And unfortunately, he is the only Indian to get a Nobel Prize in science, physics. Why it is so? Unfortunately, because we have lost the roots from 1880 to 1930. We had some of the greatest minds in science who have made imprints. Murthy sir talked about mobile. The basic of mobile, wireless receiver, it was first designed by an Indian scientist. Can you name? Jagadish Chandra Bose. He was far ahead of his time in the field of science. So that capability, Jagadish Chandra Bose, Prafulla Chandra Rai, Meghnad Saha, Satyendra Nath Bose, we have heard about boson. He predicted 100 years back that there are these things called, and it was named as boson, these fundamental particles. It took almost 100 years to actually experimentally prove what Satyendra Nath Bose had found out, predicted that time. Satyendra Nath Bose, Meghnad Saha, all these world-class scientists happened in India from 1880 to 1930. And when Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, another Nobel laureate of Indian origin, was asked, why is it that India has contributed so much during that period and why we are not able to do that? He answered, probably they were driven by a passion of national pride, and so they could reach world class. But unfortunately, so there is something lacuna here, and that is what Vigyan Bharati is trying to address. And we are looking forward to students like you to take pride in Indian contributions and not just latch on to that, because innovation is a constant process. Let us be innovative, be true to ourselves. Also, like Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists, and he is one of the greatest human being also. So we also, let us also inculcate the value systems that our culture provides the foundation for, and let us be great friends of humanity. That's all. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Vivekanandji, for letting us know about Vibha. And here now I would like to invite our national convener, Dr. Prashant Kodgireji, who is a professor at Department of Biosciences and Medical Engineering at IIT Indore. And he's quite accomplished in his field as well as at VVM. He has been with us, with VVM for the past 8 years, rather 10 years I should say, and he is currently the national convener. I would like to invite Dr. Prashant.
Namaste. Namaste. Okay. You are still awake? How are you? Thank you very much. Professor Murthy, Director of ISA Trivandrum, Professor Joseph Inaugural is Director Academic of CBSE, Dr. Aran Ramakrishnan Sir, Director of CSIR NIST, Dr. Chandrabhas Narayan, Director of RGCB, Dr. Muralidharan Ji, State President of Kerala Vigyan Bharati, Vivekanand Ji, National Secretary of Vibha, Dr. Brijesh Pandey, Controller of Examination for this exam, Dr. Murthy, Deputy Director of ISER, Praveen Ji, Arvind Ji, faculties, PhD students, MS-BS students of ISER Trivandrum, and my dear friends who are here for this national camp. Thank you very much for coming here and congratulations for being here and passing 2 levels of examination. Indeed, you are winners and that's why you are here. What a coincidence. VVM started its journey in 1999 from this state only. This exam was a state exam as Shastra Pratibha contest, and then it became a national exam. Initially it was a paper pen exam, and then it evolved as exam on digital devices. Since 2015, before COVID era, VVM became the first exam on digital devices. And we had altogether different idea than a regular science competition examination. The different levels. First level happens on digital devices. Until now, we were having this exam in all the major languages of India, 12 languages. Since last year, we introduced this exam in Sanskrit and Urdu also. So it is happening in 14 different languages. All the winners of first exam, they participate in the second level exam, that is the state camp. It is 1 or 2 day camp. This year, there were 34 different camps which happened across India, starting from the Union Territory of Leh Ladakh to Andaman and Nicobar. So we are proud to tell you that this year, for the very first time, we had a state camp in Leh in sub-zero temperature at -2 degrees Celsius, and some of those winners are there in this hall participating in the national camp. We had another camp in the Arunachal Pradesh, far east. We had yet another camp in Andaman Nicobar. These were the first state level camps we could do it for this year. This year, this is not just a national camp for us. This is an international camp indeed, because students of Qatar, they are here participating with us and competing with all of you. So this is not a national camp, but it's an international camp of Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. So it's a proud moment for all of us to be here and participate in this wonderful 2-day experience. Vivek ji told about philosophy of Vigyan Bharati and VVM. We know that the uniqueness of VVM is that 40% syllabus is on India's contribution to science. And we give emphasis for this in every level exam, whether it is the first exam, state level camp, or the national camp. How many of you watch documentaries on National Geographic's Discovery? Yes? Isn't it? Now if you watch a documentary on, let's say, astronomy, that documentary will start in some country in Europe. They'll talk about what Galileo and all those people have done, and it will end in a West University in the US. What about contributions of Aryabhatta? What about contributions of Bhaskaracharya? India was an amazing land in terms of music, in terms of arts, in terms of complex mathematics, in terms of Ayurveda, in terms of astronomy. Forget about West because they are not aware about what is contribution of Indians. Are we as an Indian know about these wonderful contributions? So VVM has an objective to not only produce great scientists, but proud scientists who have that feeling for India's contribution to science. And therefore, we have that particular component as a part of curriculum. And we have biography of Indian scientists, which is again translated to all these 14 languages, available to these kids as a part of curriculum, so that we get inspired, motivated by their life stories. VVM की यात्रा एक अद्भुत यात्रा है. ये यात्रा अलग अलग कमिटीज, अलग अलग स्टेक होल्डर करती है. और मैं अरविंद जी का एक वर्ड बोरो करूंगा, आई विल बिकम वॉइस बॉक्स फॉर देम. द शो विच इज हैपनिंग हियर इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ 365 days 24/7 हार्ड वर्क of different committees like state coordinators who help us in registration and outreach, who help us in conducting state camp. There is an academic committee of 40 plus bright scientists from IITs, ISERs, NITs, central universities, who are helping us in creating wonderful questions for all of you. There is a core committee who takes care of decisions, but this last year was the first year we went a step ahead and had a student engagement committee. We first time introduced Bhaskara Fellowship. So all those winners of last year's camp, they were the Bhaskara Fellow. They got 2,000 rupees fellowship in addition to award money. And we had 1 week of physical internship in Delhi where we could meet eminent scientists in multiple national labs. You will be lucky, winners of this camp will have an opportunity to participate in student engagement committee. All the zonal winners and all the Himalayas will get opportunity to be there for that internship which will happen in the month of July in Chennai. And I'm sure all of you are excited. You probably are excited to probably see labs in ISER, but we don't have that much time to take you over. But this opportunity of physical internship in Chennai. So all those zonal winners as well as national winners, we will have amazing experience. We will take you to one of the best labs in the nation, including Sriharikota ISRO. So I'm sure you are excited for what is going to happen in next 2 days. It's going to be a 360-degree evaluation. NEP is talking about it since last 2 years, but VVM is doing since its inception. We just don't want to test your memory. We want to test your analytical thinking, your observational skills, your comprehension, your leadership quality, your creativity. And that is what we are going to do with the help of our academic committee over the next 2 days. It's going to be 2 2020 matches. 3-4 hours of sessions today and another 3-4 hour session tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon we will have winners. Few of you will get some certificate and memento, but that doesn't mean that others who are not able to do it, there is yet another year, because tomorrow we are going to launch next year's VVM campaign, and I want as soon as that launch happen tomorrow, all of you will register for that and compete for the next year's exam. You are going to be winner. As I started saying that you are here because you qualified in the first exam and the second exam. So you don't have to worry about what will happen today. Just enjoy, observe, and give your best. Academic committee will take care of making results. Somebody will get certificate or not, but we should be knowledge seeker. That's the reason we are here, and we will ensure that you will have amazing, memorable experience in this beautiful campus of ISER Trivandrum. All the best for your examination today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prashant ji, and thank you for reminding the students that they know about Indian contribution to science, and thanks to VVM for that. So students, this is something that you guys know and ChatGPT does not know. Actually, if you test ChatGPT, they will give you only Galileo and Aristocrat, all these answers. They will not be able to tell you the Indian contribution. So before I invite our next esteemed guest, let me just remind the parents sitting in the other 2 halls. Parents, आप सबसे निवेदन है कि आप जहाँ हैं वहीं बैठे रहिए. इसके बाद में आप लोगों के लिए प्रोग्राम है और आप लोगों के लिए लंच वगैरह का भी प्रबंध हम लोग कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए आप बिल्कुल चिंता ना करें. एंड जस्ट fasten your seat belts and sit there for the next programs. So next, I'm going to call our esteemed guest, Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, the director of CBSE. He's a PhD in Finance General, and let me tell you, that is the reason he is the force behind making it easy for you to make the payments at CBSE, which has gone online. So I would like to invite Dr. Joseph Emmanuel to please come and address the students.
Namaste, India. Dr. Murthy, Director of ISER Trivandrum, and other two directors of the esteemed institutes of science in Trivandrum, all the office bearers, the backbone of Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. All of you are here on the stage, and also as part of the audience. All the students, parents, and my dear students. I am associated with Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan, VVN, for the last 8 to 10 years. I still remember the day when Arvind Ranadeji, he is sitting in front of me, and some of the representatives of Vigyan Bharati came to my office, and we have been discussing. We are now with very few students to participate in this science level competition, and how to take it forward and bring large number of participation. So that is the day we sat together, worked together, and developed a strategy and make plans to take it to the masses. So now VVN has grown to all over India and beyond the boundaries of India, and lakhs of students are participating in the entry-level competition, and you are here are winners of the winners of the first 2 level competitions. So you are at the 3rd level. So congratulations to all the winners present here. You are the future of our country. You are the future of this country. Whatever you think, whatever you do, that is the way in which we are going to progress and we are going to conquer the world. If we wanted to see India as a developed country by 2047 or the 100 years of our independence, it will happen through the empowerment of our young citizens. So teaching learning that is happening in the early years and the foundational years and the secondary years, and the level of understanding you develop in your interested areas, wherever you have interest and aptitude, that will help you to lead a successful life. So you are here to participate in this national camp. Some of you will win in this competition as well as selection process, and many may not get that chance. But that is not the end. That is only a beginning. Participation is more important than winning. So with a fearless mind, participate all the activities that is organized here, and at the same time, make use of this wonderful opportunity. Dr. Murthy has already opened the doors of the institute for each one of you and your parents. Make use of this opportunity. Go and see what are the departments in ISER, what are the area in which science and technology is progressing, what are your interests, and make a connect and develop an inquiring mind, and minimum 5 things you should learn from this institute before you go. Make it a point. Science is truth. And science with pride will make you sustainable as well as a great contributor for others. Whatever you do in terms of science will bring progress to the humanity, to bring progress to the society. Dr. Murthy has already highlighted you the importance of science as well as how science has transformed the lives of millions of people. If you have learned history, before independence, frequent famines used to happen in our country. Today, even if our country's population has outnumbered rest of the populous countries in the world and we have reached a population of 140 crore and above, still we are able to feed our population and we are able to export. How this has become possible? Have you ever thought about it? It's because of the scientific method of agriculture we have adopted. The science, the research that has been invested by this country in those areas. Similarly, in all walks of life, we are a space power, atomic power. What not is not there in our country. And as a young student, approach everything with an open mind. This is the time you should understand where is your caliber, what is your interest. Stay focused, avoid a distraction. It is not marks that help you to lead a successful life. It is the level of understanding that you develop. It is the connectedness of the concepts you learn with the real life scenario. That will help you to lead a successful life and happy life. Be courageous, be strong, be honest. Have love for the humanities, fellow human beings. So values, knowledge, and right aptitude and attitude. That will help you to lead a successful life and also help the people around you to be happy. So make as many friends as possible for you in this 2 days camp. Make new friends. Not only from your state, from other states. I addressed you with the Namaste India with a special purpose because children from all over the country is here. Think beyond your boundaries. Think beyond your limitations. Expand your horizons. Sky is the limit. The world is yours. So as a child, whatever you may choose as your area of life, you can be a good scientist, you can be a good doctor, you can be a good economist, you can be a good administrator, you can be a good entrepreneur, you can be a good mechanic, whatever you may do in life. Develop self-respect and joy in doing that work. That will help you to be happy and will help you to find meaning in life. Whatever small things you do, everything has a purpose. Everything will bring happiness to you as well as the people around you. So that is why in the national education policy, there is a specific mention about moving away from rote learning to competency-focused education. Teaching to test, teaching for examination. That brings a lot of stress. Examination and the result, it is an indication of the level of performance, but that is not everything. A poor student in terms of marks can also excel in life if the child is focused and has interest. Mark is not the end. Mark is only an indicator. So, very soon, the pattern of our examination are also going to be changed. The assessment that is happening in the schools, in the classroom, as well as in the board level assessment or the entrance level assessment for admission to higher educational institutions and all, it is going to change by testing your aptitude, skill set and abilities. All those assessments are going to change to test your level of understanding and your ability to connect it with the real life scenarios. That kind of an assessment, that kind of teaching learning method will transform the school education sector and will help the school education to provide better resources to the higher education. There is a gap already identified in the supply going from higher education to job market and the supply from school education to higher education. That gap needs to be bridged, and appropriate interconnectedness between the industry or the society and the higher educational institution and the school education should happen. That is the way in which we are progressing. In that journey, original thinking, creativity, life skill, values, social skills, everything will become important. In the coming decades or in the 21st century, the most important skill that is going to be valued is your thinking skill, original thinking. ChatGPT can give you answers to some of the problems you thrown to the system. But original creativity cannot be brought by ChatGPT. That original creativity still remains as a monopoly of the human beings. So anything that develops original creativity needs to be developed in your mind, and these kind of camps, competitions will help you to identify your right talent and right aptitude. Make use of this opportunity, this facility, and clearly understand what is the interest area for you and where you can move forward in your journey of life. My congratulations to Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan office bearers and Vigyan Bharati office bearers for your wonderful initiative. Your love for the country, your love for the young generation, and making them constantly understand the importance of our self-respect, the importance of our culture, the importance of connecting the learning with our roots. That will make a difference in our society. I'm very confident and I'm sure. And we will develop a society with the pride as well as lot of love and devotion for the great nation, our India. Once again, congratulations to all the winners, all the students present here. And thank Acer for hosting all the students and opening this venue to the school education sector. And this will connect the schools and the higher educational institutions. Let us take this journey forward. And at this podium, I also request Dr. Murthy to open this platform for our teachers, for bringing connectivity of schools and higher educational institutions. The teachers should also needs a lot of orientation.
We do it for Kerala teachers.
Yeah. So we have a program of regularly arranging visits to higher educational institutions. So you can also host these teachers from CBSE. CBSE includes government schools from 5 states. And irrespective of having state boards, many school boards, many states in the country have affiliated their school with the CBSE. For example, Andhra Pradesh has recently affiliated 1,000 government schools with the CBSE. Orissa has affiliated near about 300 schools. And of course, we have schools in India and abroad. And students from Qatar is participating in this camp. It's a very encouraging experience. Students from Qatar, can you raise your hands? Great. Great. I am sure you must be from which school? Different schools of Qatar. Great. So continue to participate and convey your good experience with the fellow students and teachers, so that next year from 10 to 100, you should bring 100 students for this camp from the entire Middle East. Thank you so much, and once again congratulations, and thank you to Vivian as well as Vigyan Bharati for inviting me to address you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joseph ji. This was really words of wisdom from him. And coming straight away from him, I'm sure it will affect you guys more. Okay. So the next person we have with us is another eminent scientist, Dr. C. Anand Ramakrishnan ji. He's an expert in chemical engineering and food processing, and he's the director of NIST, which is National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Trivandrum. And his research is in a very, very niche area, which is essential for all of us, looking at the way the Indian population is going towards diabetes. So his research is really very relevant. I welcome Dr. Anand Ramakrishnan. Please come.
Respected Professor Murthy, Director ISA, Dr. Chandrabas sir, Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, Mr. Sri Muralidharan ji, Sri Praveen ji, Sri Vivekananda Pai, and all the invitees, students, parents, namaste to everyone. Congratulations for all the students has passed the 2 rounds of the exams. It's really happy to see that how the way it has taken into the shape. Already all the speakers, earlier speakers has mentioned about how our country has come forward with the science and technology. India is such a country, when you put up the pressure, we try to react very fast. This month we are celebrating the Technology Day. When we have not got the technology, 1998, 11th May, we showcased the whole world how Indian science is. That's what we are celebrating. Pokhran has very clearly demonstrated Indian science, though we are celebrating the Technology Day. Not only that, today if you look at ISRO, it's doing wonderfully well, and even we are planning to send a human to the moon. Not only that, they are in the process of developing the electricity from the space to bring it to the earth. Think about it, it's an unimaginable thought of thinking, and Indian science is doing very well in all the areas. In my area, if you look at the food, 1960, we don't have to feed our populations in food grains. We try to import from Western countries. The scientists, Professor M.S. Swaminathan and the team worked very well on the ground. Today, we produce record number of food grains, 380 million tons. More than 100 million tons in the buffer stock. That's what we managed during the COVID time. First 3 months of the COVID time, the buffer stock of food grains will help to do that. Milk, we are the world number 1 now. Varghese Korean. Because of intervention, Amul Society has been created. Today you see that we are world number 1 in milk. Not only that, during 70s, just converting milk into the powder, that technology we don't have. We used to import all milk powder from Western countries. We started doing that same experiment in India. They laughed at us. India can't do that, converting the buffalo milk, because we have more buffaloes that time. You can't convert buffalo milk into the milk powder. Dr. V. Subramaniam from CFTRI Mysore, he taken the help of Indian Army to build the dryer. We converted buffalo milk into the powder. Today that is called Amul spray. We are the world number 1 in the Amul product. That's what I said. Whenever put up the pressure on us, Indian scientists always work and deliver it. That India is changing very, very rapid pace now. Today's India is not like a following Western countries. We wanted to recreate the history here. Before my generation wanted to go and settle in foreign Western countries, my generation wanted to go and study and get the big job in all the bigger companies, whatever you are seeing, that Google and all that. But your generation is not like that. If you look at the one example, till 2017, how many unicorns in our country? Only 42 unicorns in country. Every year, almost only one unicorn. Now, 103 unicorn in our country. Every week, one unicorn is coming. If you look at all these unicorns, comes from type 2 and type 3 tier cities. All are youngsters less than 30 years. How it is possible? You wanted to create our nation, the business here. That's what India is moving that rapid phase. Look at our pharmaceutical industry. When they put up the pressure, we developed our own vaccines here. 1 billion vaccine administered during the COVID period. Not only we managed here, we exported the vaccine to the other country. That is the strength what India has showcased today. Even G20, we are leading the G20 now. So the science and that what we wanted to deliver to the nation continuously changing. But this not only that, the problem also existed. Today we are the youngest nation in the world. Around 40% of the population around 30 to 45 years age. But after 20 years, look at, we are the aged population in the globe. Problem also going to associate when aged population comes. And another 20 years time, food grains requirements goes to the 500 million tons. Are we able to produce that much amount of the food grains? Question mark. Land availability. If we look at Kerala, we don't have the land availability. Most of the country, we don't have the land availability or production capacity. How we are going to meet out? Energy demand is continuously increasing. And CO2 emission is continuously increasing, and Western countries putting all the pressure on us. How we are going to handle all the things? Best thing, can we go for the hydrogen? It's possible. We have the water, we have the light. How it's easy to split the hydrogen into the hydrogen energy, but cost. When we can produce 1 kg of the hydrogen for $1, yes, we can do the better business here. We can export hydrogen to the other nation. Where is the technology? Who is going to do that? If I take the blood sample of this hall itself, I'm sure more than 40% may be anemic. Our nation is anemic nation. 52% of population is anemic nation. Who is going to solve this problem? I'm telling about pharmaceutical industry. 13% we have the stake. We develop the vaccines. Where is the API is coming? 70% molecule comes from the other nation. So that is the what address we need to do that. Who is going to do that? You have to do that. So that's what Viva is doing a wonderful job, bringing everyone, taking the young minds, training them. Next 2 days, learn the things. Bharat is an important one. This age, learn as much as possible, study as much as possible, move around throughout the globe, learn everything, come back to India, do the research, whatever the profession you are doing, make our Bharat better than ever before, stronger than ever before. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an inspiring talk. Do you think our scientists are any less warriors than our soldiers? Are they? I don't think so. I think they're as better and courageous warriors than our soldiers, and they're also saving us. So thank you to all these scientists who are here, and they're doing so wonderfully well. It really inspires all of us, right? So the next person I have with us here is Professor Chandrabhas Narayan. He is the director of Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology. I'm amazed to see that he's a physicist and he's a director of biotechnology. So this is actually interdisciplinary that we are talking about, and I, being a physicist, I'm really, really happy to see this. So let us welcome him. He's an expert at Raman spectroscopy, and Raman spectroscopy, you all should know, another big scientist who has given this big spectroscopy to the world. He works on drug protein, biological sciences, of course. That is what is his field of interest. So I welcome Dr. Narayan to please come and inspire us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm seeing that you're all tired already. I know some of you are sleeping also in between. I've been watching that. But I know we cannot hold anybody more than 1 hour in a place. And I'm very sorry that we are going way overboard. So I will also try to be very brief like Anantharaman just told. My friend Murthy, Anantharaman, of course, Dr. Emmanuel, then my friend, another friend is Pai, and of course a very inspiring way we were introduced to Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan by Prashant, the president of President Muralidharan, and we do have here other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and the students' parents. I would like to, first of all, I'm really amazed at the work done by Vigyan Bharati and Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan for actually identifying all of you. This is a big exercise. And I would say that this couldn't have been done without heart and soul built into this. And I would like to congratulate everyone involved in this. They really deserve a big round of applause. Again, I would like to congratulate each of you, including the ones who couldn't make it here today, who participated in this and went through this whole exercise. I would like to congratulate each one of you for actually achieving this. And again, I would like to request all of you to congratulate by giving a loud round of applause. I have 3 takeaways which I want you to take with you when you are actually done with this. The one which I want you to take very much into your heart is you should fail. Every time being successful doesn't teach you anything. You should fail and learn from those failures. And if you can learn from your failures, I don't think anybody can stop you. I say this from my experience of 25 years of teaching and around 8 or 10 years of working with students, that today we suffer from burnouts and depression. This is one area which I think our parents who are actually in this auditorium as well as in the other 2 auditoriums should learn that do not push your child to actually be always number 1. We need to be allowing them to fail, allowing them to learn, allowing them to perform, and that is the only way they will actually be the best citizens of this country. The next takeaway I would like the students to take away from here is you need to realize what is that makes you interested and keeps you engaged, and please pursue that. Do not get forced into a particular area because everybody does it or your parents want you to do it. Do the things what you think will take you even at the age of 80 working in that area. And that's what you need to decide what you want to do. So please do not be afraid to take that step and try to tread a very lonely path. And that's what all of you should be taking it with very, very courage, extreme courage you need to tread a path which is rarely treaded by others. So please don't be afraid of doing it and you will be successful. The major issue today, I find with the educated and very talented students is that they would do an engineering. I'm just giving one example. They do an engineering in any subject. They may even do it in electronic, electrical, and communication, and then end up in Infosys. Right? Today, everybody thinks Infosys pays you heavily, so you would be done. I guarantee you in 45 years, you will be thinking of retirement. And that's what is bothering India today. Today, our botheration is of retired 45 years, 50 years, because after 50 years, they have enough money. Money is not at all a problem, but they do not have the motivation to work for anything. And that should not happen to you. You have to work till 80, 90, and 95. And that's what you need to actually aim for. And please try to do that. And you are capable of it. And that's what you need to actually choose the career. And you should do it. That's the second learning. And the third one, which very, very rarely most of you do. I don't know how many of you actually actively participate in sports. Very good. I'm at least happy that many of you are doing. But how long will you do that? That is what is the problem. You have to realize that whatever you are doing, include sports in your activities. And all the problems, whatever has been told, can be solved if you are active. If every one of you takes about half an hour to do an exercise and run and play every day, I will tell you, you won't be sleepy in this room. Guaranteed. You can come back to me in the night at 12 o'clock and all of these people, I am telling all of the ICER faculty and everybody, they will be as fresh as possible because all of them have to do this activity with them. If you include a very active sports in your life throughout your career, it is not to become a competitive sports person. It is to inculcate. There are two learnings which comes. This is the only place where you can shout. That is the only place where you can fail and you are never judged. You are never judged because even a Tendulkar can be a duck on the first ball and he will never be told he is a failure. Right? Because we can't expect Tendulkar to hit a century every time he goes, right? That is what sports teaches you, to be humble, to be all, whatever character has to be built will be actually built in a sports place. These are things very, very important to you. And that's why I would actually advise you, because our major problem is we are not eating well, we are not actually working hard, we are tired, we are not able to do it. All of that can be solved by this one activity which you can include. So these are the three things I wanted you to take home. If you practice it, I'm definitely sure you will do very well. In your place, I would never have been there. If I was doing all of these exercises, I can guarantee you I will never have even reached this level. National camp, I would have never reached. But I could actually rise up and be what I am today. Is only because of that ability to actually work, and work, right? Hard work always helps. So please bring in hard work into this thing, not only trying to be successful. Hard work is very, very important. And most of the scientists who are actually in the nation working today, they are the hardest working people in the country. And I always bow down to all of those scientists because today you are happy because COVID was actually attended to by these people, okay? So we should thank all of them. And ICER is one place I would be anytime coming. And this is one ICER, one of the early ICERs to be set up, and in a very beautiful place. And I've been seeing this from the day even the concept started. And I see a wonderful development, and I should congratulate Jayant Murthy for actually doing a wonderful job after his taking over and bringing this campus to such a beautiful way. So please go around, look around. What is most important is what you learned, can I actually apply to surrounding? Whatever I have learned, can I actually look at it and learn from the surrounding? Observation. If you can observe, if you can actually inculcate that observation of taking your learning and applying why this happens, why that happened, what is the reason this particular thing is happening, you will be more innovative. And India needs today more innovators than job seekers. So please believe in that, and I want all of you to be an innovator and giving the country excellent manufacturing capabilities. And today, we are actually looking at another area where very, very importantly we need to do. In fact, Anandaraman had actually alluded to is biomanufacturing. So we have a huge potential for biomanufacturing. Look at that as an opportunity, and please do consider that also as an area where we need to actually excel. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Narayan sir. And what he said just reminded me of a शेर. गिरते हैं शहसवार ही मैदान जंग में, वो शख्स क्या गिरें जो घुटनों के बल चले. So unless and until you try, you will never face failures. So that is what he talks about. And if you don't fail failures, you will know what success is. You will not know it. So here now I have with me someone very, very important. VVM नामक गंगा की गंगोत्री जो है वो यहाँ के जो स्वदेशी साइंस मूवमेंट है वही है. उसके जो करंट प्रेसिडेंट हैं, स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर मुरलीधरन जी, मैं उनको इनवाइट करना चाहूँगी वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, very important guests of this day, our beloved children, their parents, faculties and evaluators, coordinators, my dear friends. There will be some moments where you will not have words to express your feelings. So I am standing in front of you with such a feeling that no words will be enough to express our gratitude to those who worked, those who come for this inaugural function, and those who worked even more than 1 year for this camp and this success of this VVM. Nevertheless, let me formally express our gratitude to those who are assembled here. To start with, we should say thanks to our, the first citizen of ICER, Dr. Jarugu Narasimhamurthy, director of this institute. Without his help and guidance and cooperation, this kind of success would have not been there. Sir, we are very much thankful to you. And we have with us very important directors from our nearby institutes, Dr. C. Anandaramakrishnan sir and Dr. Chandrabas Narayana. Anandaramakrishnan sir is director of NIIST and Chandrabas Narayana is director of RGCB, and both of them are very well associated with many activities of Vijnana Bharati. Sir, we thank you very much for accepting our invitation and coming to this. And many of you are very much, depend on CBSE. And our chief guest, Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, Director Academic Central Board of Secondary Education, Delhi, has kind enough to travel throughout night to here from Delhi, and he reached on time. Sir, we are very much thankful for accepting our invitation. And Sri Vivek Dayananda Pai, our National Secretary Vijnana Bharati, has given you a very motivational talk, and he is the person behind all our activities. I thank him for the namesake, because otherwise he is part of this organization. And I also thank our national coordinator, Prashant Kodigiriji, Dr. Prashant Kodigiriji, Professor IIT Indore. And you know that the efforts he put on and the coordination he done to make this a big success and improving the VVM year after year. Sir, thank you. And best wishes for your endeavors. Then I have with me our Dr. Brajesh Pandey, Controller of Examination, Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. He will be interacting you throughout this next 2-day session. Sir, I thank you for coming over here. And I also thank Neeru Bhagat, Mrs. Neeru Bhagat, who was coordinating all this inaugural function. And we have with us Aravind Ranade, our well-wisher and our associate. Then our national level organizer, Praveen Kumarji. And then all other coordinators of from the different states who were working, as I mentioned, throughout the year to conduct all these examinations and camps successful, and also helping you to come here. So I thank them for their tireless efforts, and also from district level coordinators also there. Then many other organizations from the Vijnana Bharati from different states have come to this place. So I can thank them, thank you everyone for coming over to Kerala. And before I conclude, let me thank all the workers of Karyakartas of Swadeshi Shastra Prasthanam Kerala, especially Rajiv ji, our secretary, then APCA, the national secretary, the organizing secretary for the 3 states. Then many other persons are there. I cannot mention everybody's name, but many of them will be interacting with you. So I thank every one of them. And also, in case any deficiency from our part, please forgive us. And whenever there is a problem, you come back to us, and we will be try to solve your problems. With this assurance, let me say best wishes to all the children for coming as achievers in this camp. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. We will now have national anthem, and after that we have an announcement. So please rise for the national anthem, everyone. I think there's a technical glitch. Let's all sing it. I would like to invite Dr. Arvind ji for an announcement. And I request all the dignitaries, we have Rajesh Kinney ji to please take the dignitaries for high tea at the speaker's lounge. Rajesh ji.
Thank you, Niruji. On behalf of the organizers, thank you so much. I will be joining after the announcement. So, children, friends, I would say, this is the time starts now, right? The clock is going to run, and then the buzzer is going to start anytime within a few more minutes. But before that, there is a small announcement. First of all, this announcement goes to the screens which are there where your parents are watching this particular program. So announcement for parents at this moment is, please don't leave both the halls. The parents sitting in the Bhaskara, parents sitting in the Kumodini, please don't leave the hall. Be there, because we have a very limited space and the total gathering is about 1,000. If we count everybody in this campus at this particular point of time, there are more than 1,000 people, and the resources which are available will not allow us to have everybody together at the same time. So I request all the parents, be there for another 10 to 15 minutes. And I know many speakers have already mentioned to you that this is the time, you are really become a little drowsy. Abhi to aur exam dena hai, kaise hoga? So you need a break, right? You need a small break. That small break is an energy drink for you. So there will be a fruity given to you. And then there is a one more part which I think Niruji was repeatedly asking you, that now the exam is going to start and we don't want any, what we call it as any chance to leave wherein there is a scope for you to make others to think about, wrongly about you. So we will not allow to have mobiles with you. We will not allow to have smartwatches with you. And of course, any electronic gadget that you are carrying, if at all. Anything which is in your registration kit, please don't hand over. If it is with you, keep it with you. That is not going to matter because the questions are not coming from the material which we have given in the registration kit. In fact, there is something which is very interesting in your registration kit, which is a calendar, but this calendar is not the calendar that you look at your home, which is a Gregorian calendar. This is a different calendar, which we'll talk about it sometime at the time of valedictory when your results are going to come. So don't be curious at this moment because आपका तो exam पे जाना है, आपको बहुत सारा मंथन करना है, right? So let's not bother. I request, let's have some discipline. There is a fruity which is arranged. This is the time. I tell you, there are 2 locations. This information is for all of you. Those who are carrying the mobiles, those who are carrying the smartwatch, this is the time you please hand it over to your members who have come either from your family or maybe from the school, anywhere. Please hand it over. So those 2 locations are there. One is a Kumodini, another is a Bhaskara hall. If you know where are they, just go hand it over. Have that small energy drink and come back. What is the time that by which we want them to come? In 10 minutes. Maximum 10 minutes. So let's have a discipline. Let's go in a queue from the left side. Let's follow one by one. Let the one row go, the second and all.
This is exactly 12. They have to come by 12:10.
Kute hota? Okay. Somebody will come. Huh? Yeah, the parents are requested not to interact with the children. They are in the safe zone. We are there to take the responsibility of every one of them. They are our prestige. So parents are requested, please don't interact with the children, with your sibling, your child. They are safe. Their every care is going to be taken, whether it is energy drink, lunch, anything that we are taking care. So please don't interact. Only hand over and come back if at all there are mobiles and the smart watches.
Please form a queue while going out and you have precisely 10 minutes to be back. 10 मिनट में प्लीज़ आप लोग वापस आइए. एंड वापस से मैं बार बार ये बोलूँगी कि पेरेंट्स एंड सिबलिंग्स, भाई बहन जो हैं, आप कोशिश ना करें अपने बच्चों से, भाई बहन से मिलने की, बिकॉज उस केस में अगर ये एग्ज़ाम्स के बीच में हुआ तो वो डिस्क्वालीफाई हो सकते हैं. आपके बच्चे डिस्क्वालीफाई हो सकते हैं. दिस इज़ एज बिग अ थिंग एज कीपिंग अ मोबाइल. बच्चों के हाई टी के बाद में पेरेंट्स विल बी आस्क्ड टू गो आउट, पर अभी आप लोग बैठे रहिए, आप जहाँ पर भी हैं. हाई टी के बाद में यहाँ पे बच्चे लोग वापस आएंगे और यहाँ पे उन लोगों का टेस्ट है, तो उस दौरान स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स भी यहाँ पे नहीं होंगे. तो रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स कि जब यहाँ पे एग्ज़ाम चल रहा होगा तो स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स नहीं होंगे. आप लोग जानते हैं कि आपकी मौजूदगी में कोई भी क्वेश्चन उठा सकता है अगर आपके स्टेट का बच्चा ज़्यादा स्कोर कर गया तो. हम नहीं चाहते कि आप लोगों के ऊपर कोई भी लांछन लगाया जाए, सो प्लीज़ आप लोग कोऑपरेट करें.
Good afternoon, all students. Please go and come back in 10 minutes. 10 मिनट में वापस आइए. State other than academic committee member, evaluator and volunteer, student, nobody should be there. We need only students, our student evaluators and volunteer, academic committee member. All other state coordinators or parents, please go for high tea. It is for you people. Enjoy that. Students, please come back in 10 minutes. विपिन, अंके, अनिके, अजय जी, leave. Come here. Leave the chairs for the student. All students are coming. Student, you sit alternatively, that is class 6, then class 9. Junior section and then the senior section. No two junior section students sit together. No two senior section students sit together.
The junior and the senior students to sit alternately. Make sure junior students and senior students are not sitting together. Two junior students or two senior students are not sitting together. Also avoid two same state students to sit together. Two state, same state also avoid it. Our evaluators, our academic coordinators can please assist in the seating. Alternate junior and senior students to be seated. No two junior and two senior students to sit together.
So, class 6 and 9 student occupy seat A to G. A to G, 6 and 9. One 6th class student, one 9th class student. One 6th class and one 9th class. H2K, row number H, 2K, that is 7 and 10 student. And after that, this railing behind this 9 and 11. No, 9 11 7 and 10 8 and 11 so हाँ 8 and 11 सॉरी पहले हाँ हाँ
So rows A to G, class 6 and 9 alternate. H to K, classes 7 and 10 alternate. And beyond the railing, classes 8 and 11 alternate. I am repeating it, listen carefully. 6 and 9 class A to G, 7 and 10 H to K, and beyond the railing, class 8 and 11. You'll sit alternately, one junior, one senior, two juniors and two seniors will not sit together. Volunteers, academic coordinators, evaluators, please help. Venkat sir, if the briefing is over. Venkat ji, please tell them to assist in seating as well. They can assist in seating as well.
चलिए सर सर लेके चलिए मैं करता हूँ यहाँ सर नीचे चलिए A to G 6 and 9 class alternatively H to K 7 and 10 class after that drilling 8th and 11th class. Please sit down alternatively. After sitting, just check that both sides you have senior class student. किसको? Volunteers. हाँ.
Hello. Hello.
हाँ. A to 0, row number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 6 and 9 class.
Parents, please leave the hall. Please leave the hall. And again, once more, I'm telling all the students, please make sure you do not have any electronic gadget with you. अभी भी टाइम है, आपके पास है तो आप प्लीज अपने स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेट को दे दीजिए.
See, if any student found with electronic devices, mobile or any material, or their parents are nearby, they will be disqualified. All students, if you have anything, switch off, put it in bag and keep the bag aside. Please take your seat. We have almost 1 hour 20-minute exam. Your lunch are getting delayed. So sit down quickly so that we can start exam quickly. Otherwise your lunch will be delayed. The next session will
What?